about them as we get closer to Fira. But in the meantime, look out over your left shoulder, out the window. And out there you can see not much except for the sea, and it's quite wavy today. But out there, about 5 nautical miles off Santorini, there is another volcano. This volcano is called Columbus, which comes from the Greek verb kolumbao, which means to swim. And the top of this volcano is about 20 meters below the surface of the sea. And actually this volcano is a lot more active than the one that everybody pays a lot of attention to in the caldera. The last time it erupted was in 1650. It didn't cause any immediate deaths, although the gases that were emitted after the eruption did cause a few deaths on the island. But in recent years it has been giving signs that it could erupt someday soon. So far today we've seen all the vineyards of Santorini, and grapes are the most grown product on the island. Next to that is the pistachio nuts, which you would have seen on sale in here, and you will also find them again in Fira. After that, down this area of the island, they grow fava beans. Don't know if you've ever heard of fava beans. They're a little bit like a lentil, and the Greeks take them and they cook them, they boil them up, and they are mashed, and then you add some onions and some oil. It's very delicious. And they say that the fava beans grown on Santorini are of a particularly good quality. Then they would say that, wouldn't they? Also here we grow Santorini tomatoes, which are very small and have a very strong taste. They're very delicious. They come into season again in the middle of the summer, around July, August. And in previous times there were a lot of tomato fields here on the island. Later on they were given over to the vineyards. But back before the 1956 earthquake, there were about 16 tomato factories on the island, where they took the tomatoes and produced the tomato paste. This paste is then put into cans, and it was exported from the island. And it was quite a big business here during those times. These days there's only one tomato factory left. On your right hand side here you'll see a typical Orthodox church with the blue dome and the whitewashed walls. You will have seen quite a few of those today, I expect. On the island we have over 350 churches. All the churches are named after different saints, and all those saints have a name day. On the name day of a given saint, they have a celebration at the church, and all the local people will come. The men will bring some local wine, the women will make a great big vat of fava, and later in the evening it turns to singing and dancing, and it's a party, and anybody is invited. If you're passing by, you're welcome to join. So you can imagine on an island with 350 churches, there's pretty much free food all year long. But all over the volcanoes of Santorini, they have a monitoring system, and they keep a very close eye. In fact, there is an interactive website where you can go and see any recent activity, seismic or volcanic, and they say that particularly with a volcanic eruption, they can let us know perhaps a year before it's going to happen, and at least a month before it's going to happen. Just because there are certain conditions that happen before a volcanic eruption. For example, the water in the area where it's going to happen heats up. Also, it's often triggered by seismic activity, so they have lots of seismographs in strategic places around the island. And they do also scan the waterbed, the seabed, from time to time to check for new fissures or any change in the geology of the seabed.
And as for the gas, we are the gauge for the gas.
Canaries.
So you may have been wondering where we get our water supply from here on this very dry island. We have a couple of wells in the south of the island where water is drawn and fed into the system. Also, a lot of the villages have a system where they collect the rainwater